Covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here today for the latest news and weather where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. Sarah Huckabee Sanders will be sworn in as Arkansas's latest governor. That'll happen today at the state capitol. A lot of work has gone into setting up for the inauguration. As today's inauguration will start with a prayer and worship service at Fellowship Bible Church. That'll be in Little Rock. And Sanders is expected to address the House and Senate committee sometime between 10 a.m. and noon. Then at noon, the inauguration ceremony will take place on the front steps there of the Capitol. That's expected to last about an hour. Now, Sanders plans to sign an executive order at the Capitol as well, just hours after her inauguration. No word yet, though, on what that order entails. But tonight, people will gather for the taste of Arkansas's inaugural ball. That'll be at the State House Convention Center. Make sure you tune into Channel 5 because 5 News' Catherine Gilker will be live in Little Rock for that inauguration. We'll also have our special coverage on your 5 News today at noon and then 5, 6, and 10. Plus, we'll be streaming our special coverage on our website, 5newsonline.com. You can even check it out on our mobile app. All right, before we get to more news of the day, let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Zach Scott. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Joe. We've got a nice Tuesday, Wednesday for you. If you love the warmer weather, again, you're going to love the next 2 days. If you love the colder weather, January typical chilly weather rushes back in Thursday, Friday, and then we start another warm up as we get into the weekend. Today, we're talking 60s to 70s. Yes, that is 20 degrees above average for this time of year. Typically, more seasonal norms, if you will, are temperatures around 47 degrees for northwest Arkansas and highs around 51 degrees for the River Valley. We'll be closer to those as we go overnight into Wednesday morning. Temperatures will be warm for January standards. We'll look for some scattered clouds, maybe some patchy fog, and temperatures in the 40s. All right, Tuesday, we're tracking our next storm system moving on to the west coast. We'll follow this storm system as it moves eastward through Tuesday night, and Wednesday. You can see that counterclockwise swirl. Big area of low pressure there, and our front coming in at the surface, warm, and some more moisture-rich air builds in Tuesday night and through the day on Wednesday. We don't have as much deep moisture as it looks like we'll need to give us widespread showers and thunderstorms, but enough moisture and enough instability to give us the chance for some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms. If the thunderstorms can get going Wednesday evening, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock, we'll have to watch a few of these. They'll have the potential to be strong to severe. That's one element that we're watching with the storm system. Again, we're not anticipating widespread severe weather or widespread rain. We will track, again, a few scattered showers, a few thunderstorms look possible right now overnight. The front shifts east Thursday morning. You're waking up on the backside of the front. Colder air's coming in. Breezy northwest winds, highs in the 40s, wind chills in the 30s all day long. We're also going to have to watch maybe some wraparound moisture from behind the low pressure as the storm system pulls away. We could get a little brief band of some snow. Not uncommon for January, February, and even into early March in this area of the country. We see these systems push by. We get a little wraparound moisture. We can get a quick changeover snow, something we'll keep our eyes on as we go through the next couple of days. Joe?
All right, thanks so much, Zach. Well, Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt took his oath of office yesterday, starting his second term as governor. During the inaugural ceremony, Governor Stitt acknowledged his accomplishments over the last 4 years and promised to make Oklahoma an even better place to live during his second term. Governor Stitt defeated Democrat Joy Hoffmeister by more than 13% of the points in November to win his second term. And just days after the second anniversary of the January 6th breach of the U.S. Capitol, the trial of a local man accused in the attack officially got underway. Richard Barnett was caught on camera inside of the nation's Capitol on January 6th, most memorable within the offices of then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. He's from Gravette and spoke with 5 News shortly after that breach, telling us he'd also taken an envelope from her desk. But since then, his attorney spoke with WUSA's Erica Flack, suggesting those photos were set up.
There are 2 reporters from the Associated Press there. We're not willing to release their names now, but we know who they are. We have identified them. One other reporter says, hey, do you know what room you're in? No, don't know where I'm at. Well, it turns out you're in Speaker Pelosi's room. Why don't you sit down and take a picture? Act natural.
So your contention is he was basically posing for a photo he was asked to take?
100%.
Now, the first day of Barnett's trial focused on jury selection. That trial is expected to last a week. He's facing 8 charges for his actions on the Capitol, including multiple felonies. And we're expecting to learn new details this week about the deadly plane crash that claimed the life of a Taneytown man on Friday night. It's believed Lewis Barnes was returning to Drake Field from a flight to Stuttgart when the plane went down in a rural area of Fayetteville. The FAA says an initial report into the crash is expected to be released sometime this week. And during the holiday season, health officials warned of rising flu cases. And now that we're into the new year, some experts say there's been a shift. Brooke Buckner has more on that and what else doctors in Arkansas are detecting.
COVID is at the top of the list and flu has descended. So it's some good news, bad news.
Dr. Joel Tumlison with the Arkansas Department of Health tells me that's a big change from where we were a month ago.
Flu numbers have declined pretty significantly now, 4 weeks in a row. They're definitely heading downhill. They're still at fairly high levels, but it's no longer very high with large numbers of people getting sick.
Dr. Tumlison says hospitals are also seeing less flu but more COVID.
Last week, hospitalizations in Arkansas due to COVID were in the 400s, which for context is about at the same level it was this summer during the Omicron BA.5 surge.
He says the new Omicron subvariant XBB.1.5 has something to do with the increase.
It's a little more infectious.
And even though it's not currently the predominant strain here in Arkansas, he says it likely will be in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
As it currently is in the northeast of the United States, which seems to be where it started.
During this time of year when lots of people have runny noses or sore throats, Dr. Supal says it's hard to know if you're contagious. So be extra cautious.
That doesn't necessarily mean you need to stay out of, larger public settings. If you can, you should. And if you do, please wear a mask and make sure that you follow your symptoms. Talk to your doctor. They can provide advice.
In Little Rock, Brooke Buckner, 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here today for your top news on this Tuesday. Catch up with us again tomorrow right here for more news and weather. Have a great day.